Okay, I am going to share with you some of the mathematics that is connected to number 114. As we know, 114 is the total number of chapters in the Quran. In the name of God, the all gracious, the all merciful. There are 114 chapters in the Quran. 114 is also the index of prime number 619. And 114 positional additive prime is 7019. Well, what is a positional additive prime? Positional additive prime is a prime number when added to its index, it gives a prime number. So prime plus its index equal to prime. Since 7019 is a positional additive prime, what are the prime and the index that were added to each other to give us the 7019? Well, those numbers are 6211 and 808. 6211 is the prime number, and 808 is the index of prime number 6211. And when you add those two numbers together, we get a prime, which is 7019. And that makes 7019 a positional additive prime, and is 114th such prime. Well, what are these three numbers are telling us? Well, 6211, chapter 62 has 11 verses. Very simple. How about 808? 808 verse from the beginning of the Quran is 619. Let's take a look at the top of the page. 114 is the index of prime number 619. So as you can see, we're going back to 114 again. Well, what is this verse is telling us? Say, what is the greatest testimony? Say, God testifies between me and all of you. Furthermore, he has inspired this Quran to me in order to warn you therewith, and whoever receives it. You indeed testify that there are other gods with God. Say, I do not testify like you. Indeed, he is one God, and I am surely far removed from what you set up as partner for God. As we can see, 619 is telling us, God alone, that there is no God but God. The core message of Quran. Let's take a look at number 7019. 7019 is the 903rd prime number, and 903 is the 748 composite, and 748 lonely prime is 9127. As we know, 9127 mathematically is telling us that chapter 9 has 127 verses and not 129. We can see that 114, which is the total chapters in the Quran, gave us a number, 7019. 7019 gave us 903. 903 gave us 748, and 748 gave us 9127. 4 steps were taken from 114, and then we got 9 has 127, 9127. Let's take a look at 903. 903rd composite is 1084, and 1084th semi-prime is 3937. Well, what is a semi-prime? Semi-prime is made by multiplying two prime numbers. So, if 3937 is a semi-prime, what are the two prime numbers that were multiplied to each other to give us 3937? Well, these two numbers are 31 and 127. 31 is a prime, 127 is a prime. Two primes were multiplied by each other, and the result is a semi-prime. What are these numbers are telling us? Well, 3937, as we know, generated two numbers, 31 and 127. 31 is the 11th prime, and 127 is the 31st prime. As we can see, the two numbers that were generated by 3937, they themselves generated two other numbers, 11 and 31. And 11 31st prime is 9127. Once again, 9127. Mathematically is telling us Chapter 9 has 127 verses. God is constantly reassuring us that chapter 9 has 127 verses and not 129. So far, God telling us mathematically by using the total number of chapters in the Quran, which is 114, that chapter 9 has 127 verses, that chapter 62 has 11 verses, and also the core message of the Quran that there is no God but God. This mathematics was shared by Dr. Fazili during a Quran study, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation. God bless. Peace.